Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. You have probably already read the title for this, and this is Manga Night number 5. That is a live night I do with Celia, where we're live on channel doing sprints, reading a manga for the entire evening, which is usually like the theme. Which is like the point of the manga night, to like read more manga and like not spread it out and like try to get some manga series. And we have another live now today, and it's very snowy outside. I'm in my cozy sweater, which I know has Christmas presents on, but this is the one I have, and you're gonna deal with it for the rest of the year. I'm gonna say I'm gonna read some manga, and then I'll let you know what I read throughout today. I'm starting out as usual with either One Piece or Berserk. I have the last Berserk I need to read. I like the last one that exists in these. Obviously there's another volume that's releasing, chapters are being released at least. This is the Deluxe Edition 14. This has 2 volumes, I believe 41 and 42, and then a guidebook. This is much smaller than the others. And the next installment that I shall read and be very sad about, and it will probably steal my heart and be a really, really great time. Very, very, very excited and nervous. The last one ended very, I was going to say, heartbreakingly, so I'm very curious to see how this will continue. And Berserk is, if you don't know, False Guts is a swordsman, and then he goes around in the world killing these demon-like creatures, and we go back in time to find out why. And it is terrible and gruesome and absolutely heartbreaking, but one of the best things I ever read. So very excited for this. I will film a separate like thing where I obviously read through this. I haven't even posted the last one I filmed, but I have that filmed as well. And then I will obviously let you know when I finish, etc. We're supposed to start in 4 minutes, so I will let you know how the day goes as it goes. Let's go! I just finished Berserk. It's just, what, 1 sprint later or something? It was very short compared to the others. It had a guidebook in it, which I didn't like read thoroughly, but I did obviously look through it. And then we have 2 volumes, which were 40 and 41, not 41 and 42. And I'm very close to see how I will read the rest. I will let you know when that happens, when I know. But that was Berserk 14 for this vlog. Obviously, it was really fun. The guidebook was fun to see. It was really weird to see all the characters and like the whole story. Obviously, don't read the guidebook until you read at least until volume 38. And it was really weird, but I thought it could have been formatted a bit better, but other than that, it was very enjoyable. Obviously, the chapters were very enjoyable. I felt like it went so fast. I felt like it was a few chapters than it usually is in Berserk, or maybe that's just me. But overall, super, super, super solid, and I absolutely loved it. Now we are going for the next manga, which the next on my list is Come Can Communicate Volume 5 by Tomohito Oda. This one is Bakomi, who is struggling with social anxiety, and then she's trying to get 100 friends. There's many volumes out, only volume 5. I hope I really like it, and I will let you know what I think when I have read it. Obviously, it's very cute, and will she get 100 friends? We should see in the end, but I shall go and enjoy this now, and I'll let you know how it goes. Okay, so I had a little eating break, and then I finished Come Can Communicate Volume 5, which was really great. I really enjoyed this volume. We had like a festival, we had a new friend, and it was just very cute. We had like a really fun eating scene when we went to this ramen place. I absolutely love that part. That was great. No, we didn't go to a ramen place. The girl had a vlog that had a ramen name. That's why I mixed it up. And yeah, honestly, this series is just so wholesome and cute. It's just very much slice of lifey, but at the same time, some really great moments and moments that hang together, and just Komi growing like all these friends, but still being so shy, but also growing a bit out of her shell and realizing that she really enjoys being with people, but also is still very scared. And it's just very wholesome and cute. I really, really enjoyed it. Had a great, great time, and I'm excited to continue the series. So I'm gonna put that in my red pile. Ew. That was really difficult. My phone was in the way. And then I'm going to start... Wait! I lost my phone. I'm going to start the next volume, which you might already have glimpsed, which is Love is War Volume 2. I actually started Love is War in a manga night. Was it the last one? I can't recall if it was the one in November or October. But I started it in a manga night. It basically follows these 2 people who are very, very smart and genius people, and they really like each other and they want to go out. But admitting that you love someone is giving them power over you. So they neither want to admit. They want the other person to admit that they like the other, and the other person never want to do this. So they do all these games and stuff to make it seem like the other one will then confess to the other. And it's just like a whole thing, like who is smartest, who can outsmart the other, who can confess last, but at the same time challenging each other. I feel like that is why they like each other in the first place. They are able to challenge each other because no one else is as smart as them. And yeah, I feel like it's like many multiples of this, like over 20. So how long can this concept being used? I'm very curious to see how it develop. If they will actually get together and then like maybe have other people they need to challenge them like on the outside. But the first volume is very condensed with them two challenging each other and liking each other and not wanting to admit it. So I'm, as I said, curious to see how this concept will develop. And like we can't do the same things for 20 volumes, I feel like. So I don't know. Like I feel like Comey and this is a bit similar because Comey is trying to get 100 fans. I think she said there's 87 left now in the end of this volume. So it's going to take a while to get all these 100 fans. And here's the same, like it's a concept that is very specific and curious to see how it will develop. But yeah, I'm going to start this volume 2 now. I'm very excited. I really enjoyed the first one. And let's see how this friendship will develop. I'm going to go and check it out. Not friendship, sorry. Romance, I guess. But love is war, so who knows? And finally, I finished Love is a War. It took me much longer to read than I thought it would, just because it was a lot of text. They have a lot of thoughts when they fight each other. The battles here were kind of a bit more subtle than in the first one. I really, really enjoyed it. I just said, how can they pull out this concept for so long? But I'm like, I mean, if they do it like this, you can literally go on forever. The fact that people had imagination to come up with all the different scenarios like this, I don't understand how they do it, because like, I feel like I wouldn't be able to come up with all these different scenarios you can do this with. And it's just so fun. Like, for example, they had like a battle where the dude had just gotten a smartphone and then he wanted a line from the girl and then he didn't want to ask her to seem interested. And she wanted his line, but she didn't want to ask him. And then all in the end of the battle, like it's so much back and forth of like how to ask about this line. They realized that she can't even have line on her phone because it is like a flip phone, and I loved it. It was just so funny, and I really, really enjoyed this volume. 4 out of 5 stars. I don't know why I randomly set a rating because I don't usually do with manga, but whatever. And it was just such a good time. I'm very curious to see like how the story will develop. I have a thing that if they actually get together, I feel like they could start battling other people together. Like I feel like maybe they were from rival families or something, so I wonder if they had to like be smarter than other people in the family trying to break them up or something. That could be a thing later if they like get together, or if the whole thing is just going to be them battling, because I wonder if that would be a thing. We kind of saw a glimpse of the father of dude in this, and he seemed like an interesting character, so I wonder if it would switch like that, or if, as I said, it would just be them battling forever. But I would be into seeing them as a power couple and then having sweet moments between them. That would be really fun. But yeah. Okay, so on to the next one. We have Beast Complex by Parutagaki. This one is the spin-off to Beastars and is short stories set in the world of Beastars. I finished Beastars last year and I absolutely loved it. Even though I feel like the developments in the world could have been more. I felt like I needed a bigger splash in the end, even though I love the characters and the characterizations and the conversations and all that. I love that about it. But then I'm curious about the world. And here I feel like we can see different point of views from different characters that we've gotten to know, or maybe new characters. I literally don't even know what the short stories will be. Obviously, this is the first volume, so I haven't read any of the other ones. There's 3 Beast Complex volumes out, I think, and I'm very curious to see how I will like them and if I like it will flesh out the world as I wanted to in these. So yeah, excited to kind of start a new series, and let's see what I think about it. I will let you know very, very soon. Okay, so I finished Beast Complex 1. This is obviously some of the short stories were the first that the author wrote before writing Beastars, and then 2 of the last ones I think was like written while like Beastars had been going. So like this is like the stories that the author had in their head before like starting like the actual story that we know. So it's really, really fun to see the beginning. I really liked how the themes are very prominent in this one. Obviously like still prominent in like the main series, but like how you can see where the dare grew from, and very much like the whole complex relationship we have between the carnivores and the herbivores. And that was like the theme throughout this whole thing. We had so many different stories. Like this is a very strong short story collection. If I want a short story collection, this is how I want it to be. I honestly love the first few ones so much. It actually said in the end that you can see the author's style improving in like the last stories, but honestly I liked story-wise, I liked like the first 2 the most. They were so good and captured my heart and reminded me of why I love this story and this world so much. And I love seeing like all these different small moments between these characters. They were very fun and sweet, and I honestly just really had a good time overall. I was very pleasantly surprised. I was like unsure if I would really, really love it, because sometimes short stories can be a hit or miss, you know. But it was honestly just like beautiful. And just, yeah, it was, for example, a story about a tiger and a bat becoming friends. It was really beautiful. And then there was other things I was just seeing behind on the back, like it was overall just a great time, good discussions, good conversations, and I would very much recommend it. I feel you can read this without reading the full series if you want to. You can just get to know the world and the art. But it was really, really like coming home, because it's been a while since I read the last volume, and I was like, oh, I really, really enjoyed it. And the stories gave me like fuzzy warm feeling, some of them. So it was a great one. It was truly a great one. Very excited to read 1 and 2 of this, because I wasn't sure after finishing the main series if I wanted to read a spin-off. But this is almost not a spin-off. It's almost like the original and then like Bisa started. But I think only the first few ones were, as I said, started before the main series. So the rest of the stories were written at the same time or while the main series was going, which is kind of exciting. So I'm excited to see how they are. It said on a page, by the way, that Lagosha was in it, and I looked back and I couldn't find him. So I couldn't find him. Either way, next manga for today is Demon Slayer Volume 21. Now, after this, I have 2 volumes left. I have 22 and 23. I'm a bit scared. But we are in the last fights. We fought Tanjiro, whose whole family was killed by demons. And now, I was going to say he wants to turn his sister, who turned into demon, back to human. He goes after this thing, hunting demons. And we are in this last battle thing. And it is heartbreaking and so good. And it's been now a little while since I read the last 2 that I read like right after one another. But I'm obviously super excited to continue, but also super nervous. And I'm so close at the end, which makes it even more like, eh. But yeah, I shall try to read this now. And again, let you know what happens. Yay. Okay, I finished Demon Slayer 21. Absolutely stunning. I like the things that are coming forward, the backstories, obviously, and just the characters and what they're going through in the fight. I cannot deal with so many high emotions right now. I hope everything will be fine. There's only 2 volumes left. Like, how is there only 2 volumes left? I know it's been done for ages, but I personally cannot deal with it. Absolutely, absolutely love it. I am obviously gonna continue hopefully soon. It is far down on my list, but just such a good series. I feel like literally not knowing anything about the end is really fun for me, and I never thought I would catch up this much, but here we are. It is such a fun series. It's very traumatizing, actually. It's not fun at all, but amazing. I was not a fan of like, oh, I was a fan, that's a one word, but there was some parts I was just like, I want to move on. But this ending is so massive, exposing, and great that like, I'm so happy that I'm loving it so much. It's making me fall in love with the story all over again, honestly. That's a really vague review because it's only 21. I can't really say more. But we move to the next manga. I'm itching on my nose for the night, which is To Your Eternity Volume 6 by Shitoki Oyama. The story is about an orb that learns about human life and someone is hunting them. And then we just are in different places, going from place to place, learning about life in different ways. Mostly sad ways. It's a bit weird, but I am enjoying it. I liked it a lot in the beginning, and now I feel a bit scattered. I don't really know like what our purpose is right now, but I'm still enjoyable, and I of course will continue, and hopefully I will love it more and more. So yeah, that's my next read, and I will let you know what happens next. Okay, so I just finished Your Eternity Volume 6, and it said at me, and like, we need to turn up like the pace of the story, and they truly did. I was like, wait, what? We were first doing this one thing, and it went super fast, and then we were doing this other thing, and it went super fast over, and now we're in an entirely new thing. And I was like, okay. I kind of like it though, because like I didn't really care for the island thing we were doing. It was like the thing I cared about the least. I really cared about the beginning and like where we were before that, and then I just lost my complete interest in Volume 5. So now I'm curious what will happen in Volume 7, and I feel like 7 is a good number. Like now when I'm over 5, I feel like at least I read some. It is interesting. I just didn't care that much for that really tiny island arc, which was like what, 2.5 volumes, something like that. I finished it. It was good. I'm curious to see where it's going next, but like I didn't love it like a lot. I feel like the things I loved in the story in the beginning are not as present anymore. So I'm just curious to see if I'll like be able to keep my attentions for like the next, what, 30 volumes or something. I don't know. I know it's over 20 at least. So we shall see. I am curious about it though, and I'm enjoying it. But I'm also like, will it like be something different? Because like the soul of the story that I enjoyed in the beginning is kind of gone for me right now. Either way, I don't actually know what I'm reading next, because Cecilia and I might read a manga volume together, which I will let you know which one it is. Or else I'm reading something else if you're not reading that. But I think we are. So it's most likely going to be Spy Family Volume 10, which is not at all the plan. But Cecilia had Spy Family Volume 10. And then I was like, I'll also have it. You can't read it without me. So we might like buddy read it for maybe perhaps the last sprint. We have been here for quite a long time, 7 hours or something. And it's like 9 now. It might be the last one I read, but I read a good chunk of a lot of good ones. Oh, that was my timer in case. Go away in case I ate too long. So we should see if, I think we will read at least this and then see if I do one more after that. I'm not sure yet, but I will let you know very soon of what happens. We are in our last sprint. 18 minutes left and we read Spy Family Volume 10 together. It was so sad in the beginning. Like, what was that? We have never had such a sad chapter before, I think. Broke my heart, and then it stitched it back together by having adorable chapters next. I'm really interested in development with your, very interested to see where that would go. And overall, obviously just love the story. And it was like this funny pun in the end where they talked about how the development has been going so slowly and that it would be like 80 volumes before we can finish the story. And I'm like, it's kind of true, but I kind of don't mind at this point because I just love these interactions and this family so much. It is the best thing. As they mentioned, a mission takes maybe years as spy missions, so that's kind of what we are getting here, so it makes sense. And they said it is 3.5 years since Spy Family started, which is insane to think about, but it has been one of the best 3.5 years of my life, obviously. So there is 17 minutes left of the sprint, and I am going to start one last manga and finish it off sprints afterwards, just because I really wanted to get to Blue Flag today, volume 8. This is the last one Blue Flag in the series, so we'll finish the series today. I like to finish one on the Manga Nights apparently. It's a bit longer than the other ones, and I feel like maybe it would take me a bit of time to read it, but I will try to finish it before bed, which I think will be fine. So I will obviously wrap this up when I have read this one, and probably another wrap-up clip or something. But yeah, another volume, let's go. I finished Blue Flag, finished a series. It was like, not bad, but I was also surprised like everyone else by the ending. It didn't land emotionally, I think, where you want a story like that to go. I feel like it wasn't explained well. It wasn't explored well. I feel like we needed more ending. And the author was just like, I'm gonna make this obscure and end it now. And I was like, okay, why would you do that though? Like, you had a beautiful setup, a beautiful story, and then you didn't bother like finishing off properly. I feel that was badly done, but I don't hate it. I just wish that we got more and more explanation for why. Honestly, I thought I would hate it more, honestly. But at the same time, I wish it was done better. I don't ever read manga endings that I actually enjoy. I'm looking over at them now. I have a lot of mangas, and I think like I haven't finished that many manga series for to start with. But like there is rarely the ones that I enjoy the ending of a lot. Maybe Happiness had a decent ending. It was short though. So yeah, Promised Neverland was like fine, I guess. So yeah, that was it. I will do a little wrap up thing later. Like I always say I do, and then I never do, but I will actually do it. And now I'm gonna go to bed. It's been a long day of reading. Hello. It's obviously been a few days because I never filmed the goodbye part of this vlog the day after. I had a really good time reading all that manga. I don't know why I want an ending clip all the time. Like, what do I say in my ending clip? I have no idea. I think this was all I ended up reading. The pile has been lying there since we had our manga night, so I could take it in the other pile just because I knew I needed to wrap up this vlog. So Berserk, 2 volumes, Komi, Love is War, Beast Complex, Demon Slayer, To Your Eternity, Spy Family, and Blue Flag. It's 9 volumes of manga. I think that's a record for manga night. Dang, I did really well. Like 9 because there was 2 volumes of Berserk in the Berserk one. And it was a really good time. I just honestly love like getting through some of these actually since I'm reading so many series. It's taking ages for me to get through all of them. I hope you have a good time watching me share some thoughts on the progress, etc. And I hope you have a good time if you join us live as well. I am sad that I don't have more Berserk. I am excited to finish Demon Slayer, and I finished another series, and I caught up on Spy Family, etc. So all is good, all is nice. Excited to continue all of these. I hope you enjoyed. You should see me soon in a new video. Leave a flag emoji down below if you enjoyed this, because Blue Flag was the last one I read. And you should see me soon in a new one. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye. Finally cleared some space on my desk.